Good morning, everyone. I am so delighted that you are here with us on this Sunday morning, and we have a little bit of ringing on this mic here. I am the Reverend Samaya Oakley, and my pronouns are she and her, and I am so delighted to be with you this morning. So come in, my dear ones. Come in from the crisp air outside. Come in carrying the turning of the seasons in your heart. Come into this space with the beautiful noise of children and people talking, and to create this time of worship. This year, we are exploring the question, what are we going to do together? And this month, we take a deep dive into that question by reflecting on what does it mean to gather together. To gather is an act of intention, an act of love, in a time when the world is calling to us, demanding that we turn away from each other. It is a countercultural act to gather in the way that we do. And today marks the beginning of an exciting new venture in the life of our congregation. We are welcoming our first ever artist in residence, Chantal Chagnon. Over this year, Chantal will journey alongside us, weaving music and story and art into our life. This morning, as she begins that journey by speaking on community, a fitting reflection, as Tuesday is National Truth and Reconciliation Day. And don't worry if you did not wear your orange t-shirt, we do need contrasting colors to make the orange pop. Just saying. So, welcome. Welcome into this time set apart from our daily lives, a space where our hearts can be still, our spirits nourished, and our sense of home renewed. To begin our service in a good way, I invite Chantal to come forward and do a land acknowledgement.
Tanse, Oki, bonjour, hello, Denatata, Ambawestich. My name is Chantal Chagnon. I am Cree, Anishinaabe, and Métis from Muskeg Lake Cree Nation in Saskatchewan, which is in Treaty 6 territory. But I make my home here in Treaty 7, which is traditionally known as the Blackfoot Confederacy. So it is the home to the nations of the Blackfoot, or Niitsitapi, or Niitsitapi, depending on where you're from, which means the real people, because they have been here for thousands upon thousands of generations. Their stories are steeped into this land, and when we walk on this land, we're walking in those footsteps. We're honoring the connection that we have to the land by acknowledging the fact that we are all treaty people. We are all connected together on this land to create new stories together. So I acknowledge the Blackfoot of Siksika, Gaina, and Bagani. The Sarsi Dene, better known as the Beaver people, from the nation of Costco. And I'm just kidding. So Tsutsuna, they have the most amazing Costco. Have you been? You have to go. But Tsutsuna is amazing. I go out there for ceremony all the time. I've gone out there for bundle openings, and it's so powerful to know that that river flows through. It teaches us the teachings of the beaver, which is about finding different ways of doing things. When we think about compromise, I think sometimes we think it's a sacrifice, but it's not. It's about creating something new together, and that's what the Tsutsuna Nation teach us. But we also want to acknowledge the Eahe Nakota, or also known as the Stoney Nakota of Minithne, which includes Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Goodstoney First Nations. They are always watching over us. When we look at the mountains in the distance, there's something very majestic and very powerful, but it teaches us about honoring the land that has been here for time immemorial. It teaches us about honoring those challenges that we're faced and knowing that together we can overcome those challenges. And it's a blessing to be able to call this place home. We're also walking in the footsteps of the Métis, and this is why I proudly wear my Métis sash, to act as that bridge between Indigenous and non-Indigenous culture. When we look at the Métis sash, it is about weaving together cultures. It's about bringing people together in a good way. And that is the history of the Métis people on this land. We're kind of the original Canadians, because we were settler and First Nation coming together to create a new being, a new people, and create the land that we're on. And so I acknowledge the Métis of Districts 5 and 6 of Battle River and Foothills region. And so to welcome everyone in a good way into the circle, I wanted to share with you the Cree welcome song. Traditionally, when we sing songs, we sing in rounds of 4 to honor the 4 directions of the medicine wheel. But this song is a little bit different. We sing it in rounds of 3, and that's to keep the circle open and welcoming so everyone completes the circle today. Because in a circle, we're all connected. There's no beginning, there's no end. No one is greater or less than anyone else in the circle, just like in the hoop of life. So it teaches us to honor each other for those differences. Because if we were all exactly the same, the world would be incredibly boring, and nothing would ever get done, and we wouldn't have amazing artists like me. I'm just kidding. But this song teaches us to come together without judgment and to really acknowledge that each and every one of us are unique, and that is what makes each and every one of us unique. But it's to really celebrate those differences in each and every person, to learn from each and every person that crosses your path, because every moment we meet is an opportunity to create a relationship and to create community, and that's truly what this song honors. It is from the Natahau family of Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation, and I'm very thankful to Joseph Natahau and Cheryl Lerondel for sharing this song with me on my journey and allowing me to continue to cultivate relationships and community with this song. Miasin, it doesn't just mean welcome, although it does welcome in all of our ancestors, so it's always a party, but it also means beautiful. Miasin, miasin, asemina, asemina, epetakote, niwagomagan, hota, homa, kitaskino, miasin, miasin, asemina, asemina, epetakote, niwagomagan, hota, homa, kitaskino, miasin, miasin, asemina, asemina, epetakote, niwagomagan, hota, homa, kitaskino. Hi, welcome to the circle today. Miigwech.
The words for chalice lighting today come from the oath to become a witness to reconciliation. Part 1. With humility and resolve, we pledge to learn. We will seek understanding of Indigenous histories, cultures, and perspectives. We will educate ourselves on the truths of colonization and its ongoing impacts. Part 2. We will center and amplify Indigenous voices, stories, and teachings. we will approach these with respect and an open heart.
Sometimes it's hard for me to decide on the story, but I have so many in my brain. This story is really just about how we came into being. And so a long, long, long time ago, before we were created, so we're called the two-leggeds because we walk around on two legs, but Creator gathered all of the animals together and he was like, okay, I'm creating this creature, and it walks around on two legs, but each and every one of these creatures is going to have a unique spirit, a unique gift, something that they're going to be able to share with the world. And all the animals said, wow, these people sound amazing. Well, they didn't know we were people. And they said, okay, so why are we here? Creator said, well, we have to be able to hide their spirits so they don't find each other's spirit. Because each and every one of them should do their own thing, because if there was overlap, well, then the world would just be chaos. So we need to find a place to hide their spirit. And all of the animals were thinking and thinking, and the squirrel said, oh, I know, what about up a tree? And Creator said, nope, one day they're going to be able to climb trees. And the animal said, but I thought you said they walked on two legs. Well, they do, but they can climb trees too? Well, yes. What kind of an animal are you making, Creator? Do they have tails like the monkeys? Well, no. Well, do they have claws for climbing like the squirrel? Well, no. But they're going to be able to climb trees. All right, well, I guess we're going to have to find somewhere else. What about, the beaver said, what about inside the tree? If we put it inside the tree, well, then they won't be able to find them. And Creator said, nope. One day they're going to be able to cut down trees. And the animal said, what? They're going to be able to cut down trees too? And Creator said, yep. Well, do they have teeth like the beaver? Well, no, they don't have teeth like the beaver. But they're going to be able to cut down trees. Yes. So they're going to be able to cut down trees and climb trees and walk around on two legs? What kind of an animal are you making, Creator? They sound kind of weird. Creator said, they're not weird. They're just really amazing. They're just really inventive. So we have to find a better place to hide them. And all the animals said, okay, what about, the mole said, what about in the earth? If we dig in the hole in the earth, they won't be able to find them. And Creator said, nope. One day, they're going to be able to dig into the earth. And all the animals said, wait, they're going to be able to dig too? Well, do they have claws like the mole or like the bear? Well, no. But they're going to be able to dig into the earth. Yes. So they're going to be able to dig into the earth and cut down trees and climb trees and walk around on two legs? What kind of an animal are you creating, Creator? These guys sound kind of weird and a little powerful. He said, well, they are powerful, maybe a little weird in their own way, but they're all just going to be really unique. So we have to find a better place to hide their spirits. And then all of them were thinking, and the turtle said, oh, I know. What about in the water? If we hide it in a pond, they won't be able to go and get it. And Creator said, nope. One day, they're going to be able to swim. And all of the animals said, what? They're going to be able to swim too? Well, do they have like flippers like the turtle? Well, no, they don't have flippers like the turtle, but they're going to be able to swim. Yes. So they're going to be able to swim and dig into the earth and cut down trees and climb trees, and they can walk around on two legs? What kind of an animal are you creating, Creator? I wonder where else we could hide them. And then one of the animals said, oh, I know. We can get the fish to dive very, very deep into the ocean and hide it at the bottom of the ocean. And Creator said, nope. And then all the animals said, what? Creator said, one day they're going to be able to dive to the bottom of the ocean. And all the animals said, what? What kind of an animal are you creating, Creator? They're going to be able to dive down to the bottom of the ocean. Well, do they have gills like the fish? Well, no, they don't have gills like the fish. Well, but they're going to be able to dive to the bottom of the ocean? And Creator said, yes. What kind of an animal are you making, Creator? They sound so scary. They're going to be able to dive to the bottom of the ocean and swim and dig into the earth and cut down trees and climb trees and walk around on 2 legs. They sound so scary. He's like, they're not scary. They're just really inventive. And they can do a lot of different things. And all the animals said, well, where are we supposed to hide their spirits? And the mountain goat said, oh, I know. We can hide them at the top of the mountain. If they're at the top of the mountain, they won't be able to reach them with their 2 little legs. And Creator said, nope. One day they're going to be able to climb to the top of mountains. And all the animals said, what? They're going to be able to climb mountains too? Well, do they have hooves like the mountain goat? Well, no. Do they have like weird gangly arms so they could climb the mountains? Well, not exactly. What kind of an animal are you making, Creator? They're going to be able to climb to the top of mountains and dive to the bottom of the ocean and swim and dig into the earth and climb trees and cut down trees. Oh my goodness, what kind of an animal are you creating, Creator? These sound so scary. He's like, they're not scary. They're just really inventive. They can do a lot of different things. And Creator said, okay, well, someone else has to have an idea of where we can hide their spirits. And then all of them were thinking, and one of them said, I know, we can hide it inside the mountain. Because if it's inside the mountain, they won't be able to find it. And the Creator said, nope. And I said, what do you mean, nope? He's like, one day, these 2-leggeds are going to be able to dig straight through mountains. And all the animals said, what? What? They're going to be able to dig straight through mountains? Well, none of us can dig straight through mountains, Creator. What kind of an animal are you creating? They sound so scary. They're going to be able to dig through mountains and climb mountains and dive to the bottom of the ocean and swim and dig into the earth and climb trees and cut down trees, and they walk around on 2 legs. They sound so scary, Creator. Maybe you shouldn't make these creatures. Maybe the earth is great just the way it is. Can you just not make them? They just sound too scary. And Creator said, they're not scary. They're just really inventive. So we have to find a different place to find it. And then the eagle was soaring and said, I have the perfect idea. We will hide it in the sky. Because if it's in the sky, then we'll never be able to reach it. And Creator said, nope. And all the animals said, what? It's like, one day, these creatures are going to be able to fly. And all the animals said, what? They're going to be able to fly too? Well, do they have wings like the eagle? Well, no, they don't have wings, but they're going to be able to fly. Wait, what kind of an animal are you making, Creator? They're going to be able to fly, and they're going to be able to dig through mountains and climb mountains and dive to the bottom of the ocean and swim and dig into the earth and cut down trees and climb trees and then walk around on 2 legs. They sound so scary, Creator. Please don't make these things. Please don't make these 2-leggeds. They sound too awful. He's like, they're not awful. They're just really smart, really inventive. So we have to find the perfect place to hide their spirits from each other so they don't take over. And all the animals said, well, we don't know. We don't know anywhere that they could hide their spirits. Oh, and then the wolf and the owl looked up and said, oh, we have the perfect idea. We can hide their spirits on the moon. And Creator said, nope. And all the animals said, what? He's like, one day they're going to be able to make it to the moon. And all the animals said, what? They're going to be able to make it to the moon? None of us can make it to the moon, Creator. What kind of a monster are you making? They're going to be able to get to the moon and fly and dig through mountains and climb mountains and dive to the bottom of the ocean and swim and dig into the earth and cut down trees and climb trees and they walk around on 2 legs. Please don't make these creatures, Creator. They sound too scary. There's nowhere we can hide their spirits from each other. They're going to take over and it's going to be horrifying. And Creator said, they're not that scary. They're just really inventive. We have to find a way to hide their spirits from each other. And all of the animals said, we don't know. There's nowhere on earth, under the earth, in the sky even. There's nowhere we can hide our spirits. Creator, I'm sorry, we don't know. And then the little mouse comes forward and said, I have an idea. And all of the animals look at her and said, what kind of an idea could you have? She said, it's a really good idea. And Creator said, well, what is your idea, Mouse? And all the animals started laughing. Oh, Mouse, what kind of an idea could you have? I mean, you definitely can't climb trees. You can't cut down trees. You can't dig into the earth. You can't swim. You certainly can't swim. You can't dive to the bottom of the ocean. You can't climb mountains. You can't dig through mountains. You can't fly, and you certainly can't get to the moon. What kind of an idea could you have?
It's a really good idea.
And Creator said, what is your idea, Mouse?
And Mouse said, well, maybe we should hide their spirits inside themselves. And so if it's inside themselves, then the only ones who can find them is themselves.
And all of the animals stopped and said, Mouse, that is the most brilliant idea ever. And Creator said, thank you, Mouse. And so from that day forward, all of our spirits are deep inside ourselves. And we can tell because we have that beautiful belly button to remind us how to find our own spirits. And that is the story of how we find our spirits, thanks to the mouse.
To learn and grow, we go downstairs to play and laugh and know that there is love in here and out there. We offer here to you our joy and our care. We go downstairs to learn and grow. We go downstairs to play and laugh and know that there is love in here and out there. We offer here to you our joy and our care. And now we leave the adults sitting upstairs.
Our offering for others this month is the Urban Society for Aboriginal Youth. There. A nonprofit society that provides essential programming and services to Calgary's Indigenous youth, blending social innovation with traditional Indigenous culture, which results in unique programs that meet Indigenous youth where they're at, while encouraging positive identity and sense of self. Check their website for details. There's a lot going on there. And for the candles, if you choose to light one, or more than one, they're on the tables today because we still don't have the sconces on the walls. They're coming.
Feel free to sing along. Walking, walking with you, walking with you is my prayer. Singing, singing, singing with you, singing with you is my prayer. Laughing, laughing, laughing with you, laughing with you is my prayer. Crying, crying, crying with you, crying with you is my prayer. Sharing, sharing, sharing with you, sharing with you is my prayer. Giving, giving, giving with you. Giving with you is my prayer. Gardening. Gardening, gardening with you, gardening with you is my prayer. Caring, caring, caring with you, caring with you is my prayer. Working, working, working with you, working with you is my prayer. Walking, walking, walking with you, walking with you is my prayer.
We come now to honor the sacred act of gathering together, the web of connection that holds us as a community. Gathering is more than just being in the same space. It is showing up, it is paying attention and caring for one another. And so this morning we open our hearts to the joys, the sorrows, and the milestones that shape us as individuals and as a community. So we light our first candle of joy. Joy for our mural being dedicated today, joy for welcoming our artist in residence, joy on behalf of Kathy Welburn, who was just named the Storyteller Laureate Alberta for 25-26. And also someone we know in this community, Adrian, who just received a grant for some very important work. Whether it's the laughter and the conversation of children or sharing these joys or the joy of a crisp morning, this candle is for you. We also pause to light a second candle. A second candle to acknowledge the struggles and the losses that shape us. There is one among us struggling with depression, a lot more lately these days. Losing joy and passion for job, their dream job is in the arts, is not helping. Too many politics. Too much that is weighing on our mind. Some of us are facing challenges, mental health challenges, chronic pain, health challenges. And we light this candle for you to know, so that you know you are not alone. There is a community here holding you and will never let you go. And we light a third candle this morning for the world that we share. Today we hold in our hearts the global coral reefs, enduring the most extensive bleaching event ever recorded. These vibrant ecosystems are fragile threads in the web of our planet's life and health. What happens to one part ripples out, touches us all. And we light this candle in recognition of that interdependent web of existence. In joy and sorrow, in loss and renewal, in personal change, and in the great turning of the world, we come together in love.
I'd like you to close your eyes for a minute. I'd like you to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. As you take these deep breaths through your nose and out through your mouth, I want you to just relax your body. I want you to imagine a light in front of you. And in this light, as it illuminates your vision, there's a vast landscape that just envelops outside of yourself. Imagine you are part of this landscape. As you take a deep breath in and out, you smell the air around you. Notice, is this air crisp? Is it warm? Is it dry? Is it humid? Take another deep breath and exhale. Look around you. Notice the different plants, the different animals, the landscape. Is there water? Is it a desert? Are the plants standing tall or very, very small? And take another deep breath. Exhale. Imagine yourself as part of this landscape. Are you a plant? Are you an animal? Are you the earth itself or the wind blowing across the landscape? Take another deep breath. Exhale. Notice the time of the day, the season. Is the sun in the sky? Is it high? Is it low? Is it sinking or is it rising? Is it dark? Is the moon bright or is it just a sliver in the sky? Are the stars brilliant or are the clouds obscuring everything but giving it a nice, comfortable layer of warmth? Take another deep breath in. Exhale. As you look at the world around you, see how you relate to each and every one of these things. To the plants, if there are any. To the animals, if there are any. To the winds, to the water. To the creepy crawlies, to the swimmers, to those who fly, to those who walk on this earth alongside us. Find your place. Find your relationship to the land. Find your connection to yourself and your spirit, your ancestors, and your peace. As we take another deep breath in and exhale, release anything that you're carrying into the earth. She can take it. She will hold you. Notice those relations around you. You're not alone. As we take another deep breath in and exhale, we will just sit in this space, enjoy the energy, enjoy the love and the warmth of spirit that surrounds us. And we will sit in this place, in this peace. Take a gentle breath in. And as we exhale, find ourselves coming into our body, back into our being, back into this moment, remembering that sense of community that we have shared, the community that's all around us, the community of the planet. To honor all relations, this is the Creator song. Teaches us we're not above or below creation, but we're part of it. And this is my family song. Espeme con tawino
I'm doing things.
I think I talked a little bit about it already in the meditation, but the meaning of community, it's really about connection. It's to see the beauty in everything and everyone. It's to come into the circle without judgment, but knowing that we have a responsibility to each other. That's what community is. We take care of each other. When did we lose that as children? You know, kids always know they want to help. They want to be of service. They want to be able to see somebody who might be struggling, and they go over right away to help them. They see someone, they have no qualms. They're just like, hey, let's be friends. And kids are like, okay. And that's just how, when do we lose that? I mean, it becomes awkward if you're like, hey, let's be friends. People are like, but community we should have those conversations. We should enter into a relationship without expecting everything or anything at all. So community, it's really about raising people up. It's about hearing each other's stories. When we gather and we reflect for things like Orange Shirt Day, we're not just remembering an event. We're remembering people. We're not remembering statistics. We're remembering families, their stories, their losses, their joys, their triumphs, and the fact that we are still here. We are connected to each other into this land. And as we remember that stewardship and that relationship to community that we have, it not only helps the world around us, but it helps ourselves. Now we seem so distracted and detached because of social media, but we have the world at our fingertips, but we don't have each other at our fingertips. This is why spaces like this are so important for gathering community together. This is why going on the land and remembering your relationship to the land is so important. Building community can be something small, like smiling at someone random if they go down the street, but not in a weird way. But it could be also something like, you know, if you see somebody drop something, picking it up for them, wishing them a good day, but also taking care of yourself. When you need help, you reach out for help because community has you. Community holds you. This is what we need to remember, is those relationships that we have with each other. A lot of times people are afraid to reach out, but when we do, it's met with such joy and compassion, with such connection and love. And that's what community should be. We should be about love. We should be about connection. We should be about coming together to heal our stories. When we look at treaty, it wasn't about giving anything away. It was about coming together. It was about learning from each other and really understanding each other on a deep level. I'm so thankful to live in a time where we are now, where traditional Indigenous knowledges are helping people to heal on their own path, helping people to reconnect to their own ancestry and to who they are. That's what community is. It's that shared gift of knowledge, that shared gift of time and space, that shared gift of energy. And if we have something that someone else needs, it's about sharing that. We have to remember that that is what makes our community strong, is that ability to come together. Because you might have $1 bazillion, but if you have no one to share it with, it doesn't matter, it doesn't mean anything. When we share our stories, well, we need to, because if they're not heard, they'll never be heard. If we don't share them, they'll never be shared, and they'll die with us. So it's really about this time of reflection, of coming together, of hearing each other's stories, with open hearts and open minds, without judgment, without worrying about what you're going to say next, but just to sit in those moments of reflection, of understanding, of holding people for who they are, without judgment and putting politics aside, but really that deep understanding. That is what's going to save our world, and that's when it's going to save community. Because when we say all my relations, it's not just all of us two-leggeds. It's everyone. It's the standing people, which are the plants and the trees. It's the swimmers, which are the fish, and all of those aquatic little life forms. It's the creepy crawlies. Yes, we're even all relations to bugs. But the flyers, the ones that soar over us, they watch over us, and they guide us on our journey and remind us that we can reach those heights. It's all of those animals, the four-leggeds, as they walk around, and they give us balance. They remind us to put all 4 feet firmly on the ground and to honor that connection that we have to the earth. Each and every one of these animals, each and every one of these plants has stories for us, have learnings for us, and teachings for us. If we're walking and we see something, it has a message. And that's what community should be, opening those messages to each other, but opening our arms and our hearts and our minds to each other as well. It's a hard time this time of year, especially for Indigenous people. We carry a lot, but also we're in this together, and we can't do it alone. We have to support each other. When we look at treaty, it is the wampum belt. The wampum belt was two lines side by side, but it's the two boats rowing down the river, and we have to go in the same direction, or we're just going to spin in circles. So look around you. This is your community. These are people who have you, have your heart, have your mind, have your spirit, and your being. We are here for a reason and a purpose, and that is connection and community, and to learn in a good way. So, hi, magwitch, all my relations.
Chantel, what a deep honoring and gift you have given us this morning. Thank you for your presence, not only here this morning, but throughout our congregational year. You're already making a difference in how we operate, and we haven't really even started. So deep, deep honor and appreciation for all of the gifts that you bring. And the bridge building work that you do is so important, because us settler people, we're just learning. So thank you for your grace. As we end our time together, I have a benediction for you, because I believe firmly that each one of us is a spark of the divine light that sustains us all. All the creatures of the light of this world are a part of that divine spark, operating in their own way, in their own form, for the betterment and flourishing of all of the world, in fact, all of the universe. I hold on to that, especially during these times. And so, my dear ones, go now, carrying the light that is uniquely yours. Let it shine in small acts of kindness, in quiet moments of care, and in the courage that it takes to show up fully as yourself. Know that your presence is a blessing to your family, to your friends, to this community, this city, and to the world. Each one of us here adds to the brightness and the completeness of the whole. And together, we make a light that is stronger and warmer and more radiant than any one of us could do alone. That is why I look for community, because I know I am stronger when I am with you than when I am on my own. So may you go into the coming days with joy, with hope, and with gentle assurance that who you are matters, that what you give matters, and that your life and your light is a gift to every single person you come across. So go in peace, go in love, and go with the confidence that you are needed here, now, and you are held by a love that will never let you go.
As the chalice flame is extinguished, receive a spark that flies to you. One will, at least one. Catch it and place it on your heart to keep for the coming week. From the Oath for Reconciliation, Part 3, action. We will respond to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's 94 calls to action. If you're not familiar, it's online, please read it. And the calls to justice from the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls final report. We will support Indigenous-led initiatives for community, for safety. Part 4, to acknowledge and reflect. We will recognize our roles in these processes, past, present, and future. We will strive to be good ancestors, leaving a legacy of justice and equity. And now, a few announcements. At 12, we have the congregational conversation, in which anything that's on anyone's mind to do with this congregation is welcome. Please let us know, let the board know what you're thinking and especially what you're feeling. Also, I've seen it both ways. Is it 2 to 5 or 3 to 5? 2 to 5 is the blessing of the mural on the side of our building. Elders will be here. This is a sacred ceremony, so please come. You're welcome. It's a very special occasion and a special opportunity. Are we meeting in here or outside at the mural?
We'll be meeting in Wickenden.
Okay, Wickenden. Yes. Good. And now, let's wave to the folks on Zoom. Yeah. Thanks to everyone for showing up, whether out there or in here. And yes, everyone is welcome to come to Wickenden for coffee, tea, snacks, and lots of conversation. So here we are. See you there.
One more song. Oh, and Tuesday, September 30th, is the Day of Truth and Reconciliation, Orange Shirt Day. But also on the 4th of October, we do Sisters in Spirit every single year. We've been coordinating it for the last 21 years. But it's a time that we get together to reflect on those that we have lost, our murdered and missing Indigenous women, girls, Two-Spirit people, and all of our murdered, missing, and exploited Indigenous people. It's our way to come together to support each other in community. And it will be at City Hall. At noon is when we do the official event, but we march there from 11 until noon. We start in front of Bankers Hall, but there's construction, so we're going to take a long way around. But just follow my lead. You'll hear the drum, just follow me. But we need the support from community, because Indigenous people, we're only 4% of the population, but it's the allies that are going to help us make a difference and elevate the voices of those that we have lost and those families that are struggling to find justice. But also, it's important to know that we are all community, we're all one. And so this song is kind of a going away song. So it's a journey song, and it came through me a few years ago. But it teaches us that everything is meant to happen. Everything happens for a reason. The people we meet, the people we lose, the people we come back into contact with, it's our way to just honor the time that we've spent together and know that we will meet again. This is the journey song. Sagito into your family. Sagito into your friends. Sagito into your journey. Sagito into their family. Sagito into their friends. Sagito into their journey until we meet again. Wah hey, ah hey, way, ah hey, oh. Wah hey, ah hey, way, ah ho. Wah hey, ah hey, way, ah hey, oh. Wah hey, ah hey, ah ho. Sagito into my family. Sagito into my friends. Sagito into my journey until we meet again. Wah hey, ah hey, way, ah hey, oh. Wah hey, ah hey, way, ah ho. Wah hey, ah hey, way, ah hey, oh. Wah hey, ah hey, ah ho. Sagito into our family. Sagito into our friends. Sagito into our journey until